With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular their bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And good evening, race fans. Welcome to Kentucky Speedway. Tonight, the home of Blazing Pedals here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight's race going to be 170 laps of stage racing. Stage number 1 going to end at the end of lap 48. Stage 2 going to be ending at the end of lap 96. Then it's a race all the way to 170. It's a fast track over 180 miles an hour towards the end of the straightaways. And these guys are going to be cranking all night long. Plenty of drivers out there in the field. A little bit of connection issues going on here tonight, we've seen. And some of that is because of the big storm going up the East Coast. Want to say, if it's in your path, be very, very careful with this one. Tonight, joining me, as always, my good friend Rick Hammond Jr. Rick, how are you tonight, buddy?
I'm doing good, man. I'm looking out the studio window right now. The wind's starting to crank here in middle of Vermont, but not too bad.
All right. Well, there we go. Kyle Wellman out there getting ready to go to Johnson State College. Right here in Vermont. Go get them, bud. Plenty of drivers on the live cam tonight. We already kind of saw one of them. Let me get that up here. It's going to be the Soul Stealer, Brian Dees, in this number 17. We've got Casey Campbell joining us here tonight as practice comes to an end. We've got Ian Habiak. We've got Jamie Walker. And joining us tonight from Penn State University, it is going to be Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. Doc Butcher.
Doc Butcher.
I love it. Welcome back to college. For all those that are
the
going.
first thing he brought to college with him was his rig. That's all he needs. He's like, whatever, that's all I'm taking.
You can graduate with a good rig.
Oh, Shelly Cook out there on chat. She's rooting for TNA as always. Terry, don't wreck anyone. I think that's what he's worried about too, Shelly, because he was on live cam and he shut it down. So
He just didn't want anybody to see. He had a shirt on celebrating the 14th from Pocono.
he did.
All right. Qualifying underway. Dalton Kilrow out on track, and let's watch his connection. Speaking of bad connections lately, Dalton Kilrow has not had a good one. It's been going on for a little over a week. We're going to see if the 41 able to hold on here tonight, or if his internet service provider is going to give him issues right now. Good enough for second spot. Matt Gruenberg with the early pole. Dodge Butcher puts it in second, a 47.73. And Kilrow on his second lap takes it right back with a 30.88. Corey Sherman in second, and they are bouncing around now. Rick Thompson back into second. James Miller now takes the pole. You notice something different here, Rick? I don't even know if you got it back up and running. Rick is one of those guys that's having connection issues here tonight.
I am loaded back in, and I am watching. And yeah, we got a little bit of a open qualifying going on, and Mark actually just sent me a whoops, and I'm like, what's the whoops for? And then I'm looking, I'm like, wait a minute, there's other cars on the track here.
I dig it. Oh, 20 going across the track. That's Josh Klinger. So he's not having any luck. The 41 going to call it done. Christian Pittman out there in the 31 so far with the pole, a 30.85. Actually tied with Rick Thompson. So I think Pittman gets it just because of alphabetical order. I don't know how that works out. James Miller in the third spot. To his outside, Tanner Marner in the number 4. I kind of like qualifying like this, to be honest with you. It just gets it all out of the way. It's more exciting than having one car out there at a time.
It keeps drivers on their toes, but mix things up a little bit throughout the season. It's all good.
Yeah, absolutely.
And of course, Kentucky, almost a 1.5 mile track, just a little short there. Since I know Doc Stats will be hitting us up later if we don't, we just say it's 1.5 miles.
Get it down to the inch, or don't say it at all. Weather tonight, hey, the track temperature is not bad, 80 degrees. Outside ambient temperature is 77. 57% humidity. It should be a pretty decent weather for a race here tonight. And the sun was starting to go down, so I believe we're going to go under the lights here tonight.
Yeah, we're going to be going under the lights, man. I'm excited. I always love it when races end at night, Chris. And, you noticed it a little bit towards practice that the sun was very bright there as we're in the cockpit view. So, the drivers that are dealing with VR, it'll get better throughout the night as that sun goes down. It looks like it might almost be all the way down right now, Chris. And no surprise here, Jamie Walker and his 88 actually sitting on the pole right now.
Yeah, Walker up front. Aaron Bockover out of TNA Motorsports is running in the 19th spot. Corey Sherman so far 15th quickest. And Amanda,
drivers, when you watch this over, I just want to mention, drivers, when you watch this race on the replays later on tonight or tomorrow or at some point this week, I know you guys all watch it, but Mark said surprise.
Whoopsies. Well, true professionals don't let the little things bother them, Rick. And we got all the drivers out there trying to qualify, or most of them anyways, out there trying to qualify. We do have a few that haven't taken a lap yet. Terry Foster, I think he might have actually disconnected. Fred Thompson, Amanda Sherman, and Jeffrey Fisher, the 4 drivers so far that have not stepped foot out onto this big 1.5 mile track.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what happened to Terry there, Chris. I mean, it is still showing that he is in the pit, and I can still click on his car and actually go to pit road. But he is out of the car. He's not sitting in it. Maybe he's
eating taffy?
Yeah, he might have ran to the concession stand and get a little bit more taffy, maybe some water or Diet Coke or something.
Guys, get me another bag. I'm almost out. Sorry, Terry, we're out. Well, can you go somewhere else? No, Terry, you've eaten it all.
I'm actually kind of surprised he's still got the old taffy car going. I think he likes it.
I'm surprised he's not 500 pounds, but that's just me.
Terry's a hard worker there every day working out of his truck.
Yeah, but you eat 30 pounds of taffy a day. I mean, it's gonna catch up to you.
I mean, I feel sorry for the Love's truck stop that he stops at. You know what I'm saying?
Give me taffy.
Ooh, couple cars having a little issue. The 3 of Corey Sherman getting a little bit loose. So didn't the 14 of Dave Seats. His Autism Speaks machine didn't fare as bad as the 3, but
Taking a look at Matt Hackathorn so far, 12th quickest in the new paint job. Rick's liking it.
I mean, those colors, I'm not a big NOS fan. I mean, I was there when they had, I mean, I hate to say this, but when they had the Rowdy drink, actually, no, that was Full Throttle, I think. I don't remember. I've had NOS a couple of times, but I just really like that orange and the blue and the white. A little bit of black. I think it looks good.
John Perkins and a Speed Mafia on track in his Ford Mustang, trying to get it a little bit higher up in the starting position. So far, 14th quickest for the number 33. Mike Hamlin's number 28, that Haviland machine. That is one of my favorite paints out there. I got to be honest. It's just such a throwback. And it even says Lumina on the front. Oh my.
It does. It does. I was actually checking that out during practice a little bit because Hamlin, he's had a couple of different paint schemes throughout this season so far. And I love how, you know, I mean, obviously must be a big Davey Allison fan or something, but I'm really digging these cars.
I mean, it still says Camaro on the back, but that is pretty cool. I really, really, really like that. Brian Dees, so far 20th quickest in his Marvel Studios number 17.
I just got to say, he's wearing his Soul Stealer shirt once again on a Sunday, but I did get confirmation that he has washed it. This is the 48th time. The thing still looks brand new, so that just attests to the quality that the folks over at Savage Edge Graphics does with their shirts and everything else that they, because I haven't gotten anything bad from Savage Edge at all. Ooh, the 17 getting really loose.
Yeah, he holds on to it. Brian Dees right now, he's in 7th place in points. And Rick, we haven't really been talking about points all season long because, well, it's a long season. But it's starting to close in now. And if it were to end right now, Matt Hackathorn would be in. Jordan McAvoy's on the outside, peeking in. Top 16 gonna go. If you win a race, it's a free ride. Into the championship contention.
And that's the thing we touched on a couple, you know, since the last couple of races, Chris. I mean, this is race number 20 of 26 of the regular season. So 6 more chances to get yourself locked in. Now, we've had quite a few repeat winners here so far this season. But, you know, this is the point in time when drivers sit there and they go, you know, it's getting down there. So they got to do what they got to do to get locked in or try to race themselves some points. I mean, there is one driver, Dalton Tucker, who is currently sitting in 9th position. He's going to be out of it, I'm sure. We haven't gotten that updated graphic yet, but Dalton Tucker hasn't raced quite a few races here with the Blazing Pedals since the beginning of the season. But like you said, yeah, that's gonna bring up Jordan McAvoy into that 16th position. So it's good to see Aaron Bockover. He's getting close. He's had kind of an up and down season. He's got to be careful though, because just 3 points behind him, Amanda Sherman, his teammate, TNA. And of course, we know the Shermanator. He's locked. He's sitting there in 10th. He's been in that top 10 pretty much all season long.
Yeah, he started the season very strong the last few weeks. Haven't been so great, and that's something he has got to watch out for as well. All right, qualifying is done. So we just wait until they grid them up. As the cars start hitting the track, let's go over the grid real quick. On the pole tonight, it's going to be the 88 of Jamie Walker. And to his outside at a MFRD, it's the number 6 of Derek Paulson. Starting inside row number 2 out of 5 Kings Motorsports, it's the 41 of Dalton Kilrow. And to his outside out of Lost Cause Motorsports, it's the 24 of Cody Moore. Starting inside row number 3, it's the 31 of Christian Pittman. And to his outside, Speed Mafia's number 76 of Rick Thompson. Tanner Marr out of 5 Kings Motorsports, number 4, picks up the 7th starting position. To his outside out of TNA Motorsports, it's going to be the 3 of Corey Sherman. Starting in the 9th position tonight out of Speed Mafia, it's the 33 of John Perkins. And to his outside out of 5 Kings Motorsports, it's the 51 of Joshua Sexton. Starting in 11th position tonight, it's the 09 of James Miller. And to his outside, Penn State's own Taylor the Butcher Benjamin in his number 10. Starting in the 13th position, it's going to be the 14 out of Limitless Motorsports. It's Dave Seats. And to his outside, the 84, Matt Hackathorn out of Ram Racing. Jordan McAvoy out of Team AV is going to start his 66 in the 15th position. To his outside, Rick, it's going to be Mike Hamlin in his number 28 out of Limitless Motorsports.
The 02 of Race Clark going to be starting in 17th position. Outside of that, it's Lone Dutchman Racing's number 89. Philip Van Vliet going to be starting in 18th. Work in Progress 55. Joshua Rutherford going to be starting in 19th, with Oceanside Cleaners Racing number 20 of Josh Klinger in the 20th position. Brian Dees out of Soul Stealer S&M Motorsports. His 17 going to be starting in 21st, with TNA's 44 of Aaron Bockover starting in 22nd. Team TRJ Karting driver of the 16, Ian Habia, going to be starting in 23rd, with Corey Rutherford, work in progress number 5, going to be starting on his outside in 24th. 25th is going to be the 73 Speed Mafia machine of Casey Campbell, with the 61 Team AV of Randy McAvoy in 26. Matt Grunberg's Team AV number 54 going to be starting in 27th, with Speed Mafia's 46 of Fred Thompson going to be starting in 28th. Jeffrey Fisher qualified his 98 Team AV machine in 29th, with a TNA Motorsports number 8 of Amanda Sherman going to be in 30th, and right behind her, if he decides to take a lap here, it's going to be the 86 of Terry the Taffy Foster at a TNA starting in 31st.
That is the starting lineup live here from the Blazing Pedals. 170 laps, the scheduled race distance. Thank TRJKarting.com, Butt Kicker, and MF Racing Designs for helping put us all on the air every Sunday night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network as we get ready to go green for the first time here tonight. This formation lap is all done. We are green flag racing.
The 88 of Jamie Walker getting a really good commanding lead here, Chris. Actually starting to pull away from Dalton Kilrow, who moves up into second position, working that inside lane there of the 6 of Derek Paulson. It looks like the 41 is going to take that position as he clears the 6 now. Derek Paulson down to 3rd.
Behind them, Cody Moore holding on to that 4 spot. Tanner Marr up 2 already into 5th. Here comes Rick Thompson. Thompson trying to put his stamp on this race, as him and Corey Sherman have kind of been bouncing back and forth in the points. The 76 looking to try and take advantage of a pretty good run for the last few weeks. Christian Pittman on the outside going to pick up a spot as well, going around John Perkins. And here comes Corey Sherman. Sherman was pretty quick during practice, but it would only last for about 4 or 5 laps. Then he'd start getting tight and work his way up into the wall. Of course, he's got the 10 on the inside. That's Taylor Butcher Benjamin.
And the Butcher on our new paint scheme there with his Penn State machine there, number 10. I'm digging that too. It's kind of like an old school looking car. Right now, Corey Sherman, he knows he doesn't want to let the Butcher get in front of him. Trying hard on that outside lane. Right now, the 3 Savage Edge machine has it, but can he hang on to it for long? He's got to try to find his way around Perkins than Pittman, so he can battle it out a little bit with Rick Thompson. Because like you said, Chris, they've been knocking doors there with the points back and forth all season long.
Behind them, just a couple of spots. Position is settled now. Josh Sexton in the 51, taking it away from Dave Seats on the outside. Seats with the momentum, trying to come back on that outside and take it back. Way too high, though. The 14 sails it into the corner. And the 51 going to be able to hold on to that spot. At least for now, that momentum will hold. And Dave Seats gets it back.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what happened to the 20 of Josh Klinger, Chris, right now in 31st position, down 11 already since the start, or the drop of the green flag. He's got to be careful because as he goes across the start-finish line, Jamie Walker in his 88 is just getting into turn number 4. So Klinger very close to worrying about coming down a lap.
Yeah, very early on to be having that kind of issue. May have no started this one. Or started from pit road, one or the other. But up front, Jamie Walker leading the way. Dalton Kilroe and Derek Paulson, your top 3. Terry Foster did end up starting this race along with Amanda Sherman. So good to see those drivers out there on track. Fred Thompson splitting the teammates in his number 46.
Getting confirmation from race control. Klinger actually had a disconnect right before the start, Chris, so he ended up starting from the pits. So the iRacing connection biting drivers already tonight. Like you said, we've had a couple of disconnects. I've disconnected a few times already tonight. But still a nice long race with 8 laps complete now, or 7 laps complete, working on lap number 8 of 170. So plenty of time for Klinger to catch back up. I see Serby out there, 53 TV, Speed Mafia, go get it. Where are you tonight?
He's slacking.
What happened? Don't tell me the Terry Foster excuse that you don't own Kentucky, because everybody owns Kentucky.
Tanner Marr up 2 into the 5th spot. He's got Rick Thompson right behind him. So Marr trying to get it done here tonight.
Get that shift differential there, buddy.
Jamie Walker with a 1.25 second lead at the line. Dalton Kilroe in second. Derek Paulson still running second and third. Cody Moore, Tanner Marr, top 5 unchanged here since the drop of the green flag. But here comes Rick Thompson. Thompson is working the back bumper of Tanner Marr. And that Mustang is looking pretty strong out there right now.
It is, and of course Thompson knows that he needs to have a good race so that way he can knock out. Let's see, I think it's only, well, actually, like, I don't have to think. I can just go and look at the standings right now. 13 points behind Corey Sherman. So I can almost guarantee 100% that is what is on Thompson's mind right now.
Oh yeah, and every point counts. We've been saying it all season, every point counts, but now you can actually see the difference. As the 76 lines it up on the inside, not able to pull the trigger, so he backs down, puts it behind Tanner Marr in the 4. The 76 looks again to the inside, can't quite get there, and moves back out to the outside. Tanner Marr doing a good job holding his line. Behind them, it is the 31 of Christian Pittman. Pittman kind of watching it, seeing what's happening, trying to catch him. Draft is the thing here, so he's going to stay right behind him and try and pick him up. The 33 of John Perkins, his job is to push, but Perkins has to catch the 31 a little bit better than he has.
You know, talking about that, Chris, if the 3 can get up to the back bumper of the 33, they can start catching up to Pittman, and then they can make a little freight train. Of course, the 09, James Miller, he's up 1 position just inside the top 10 there, in 10th, with his Tim Hortons machine. And he might start peaking. He is out on the inside there of the Shermanator. They're going to battle it out there a little bit. Miller had a good run there coming, used that momentum from the top lane to move down. Let's see if we can keep it going through the dog leg here as the cross-start finish line. The Shermanator going to hang on to it, but they are starting to catch up to the back bumper of Perkins.
That little black line right there is the line that kind of sent the 09 for a little bit of a trip last time by. He got a little loose as soon as he hit that. Got to be careful for that repaved section. The tires hit that. May slide you just a little bit. It's best to kind of stay just above it. Nonetheless, though, the 09 working the inside again of Corey Sherman. This time he's got a fender in. Door to door. And this time he's way underneath that black line. Oh, slips up onto it. And you see how quickly he goes backwards as soon as he hits that black line on the track.
Yeah, but Miller's not done battling, Chris. He's down just a little bit lower there, trying to work that inside lane on the Shermanator. Now they get pretty much even. At the line, Corey Sherman hangs on to 9th position, but Miller not giving up.
Miller trying it down way low again, slides off from it. This time, though, going to be able to hold on. He moves up. And in position is James Miller. Miller now in 9th, forcing Corey Sherman to the 10th spot. And here comes the Doc. Doc Butcher sends it down on the inside and takes that spot away. So Corey Sherman, 2 unanswered spots as he falls.
Here comes Josh Sexton, also in the 51.
Josh Sexton still running side by side with the 3, but he has the preferred line to pass. On the inside, the 10 already there, may have had to lift just a little bit. Dave Seats in the 14. Now the 3 is being hung out to dry. Dave Seats to the inside. And that number 14, Autism Speaks machine. Peeking to the inside of Corey Sherman's number 3. Seat put the wheels right on that black line, didn't falter one bit, and Dave Seats still trying to get by.
And on lap 19, Chris, we have a new race leader. It is the 6 of Derek Paulson. That's because the 88 of Jamie Walker heads down pit road.
So first pit stop of the night for the race leader, the 88, the pole sitter, Jamie Walker on pit road. And you got to believe that some people are going to be following him. First stage already about, well, actually, it's quite a bit away. Kind of surprising, but first stage ending at lap 48. And maybe the math was done. Maybe he can make it the rest of the way and doesn't need to worry about it. As he comes back out on track.
He's going to go lap down.
Yeah, lap down. But it'll cycle through, barring cautions. So Derek Paulson, the second race leader of this one. He's got Dalton Kilrow behind him, along with Christian Pittman. That's your top 3. Got a little action going on here between Tanner Marr and the 76 or Rick Thompson. Thompson on the outside, Tanner Marr in the 4 on the inside. The 20.
Marr and Moore and Thompson almost went 3 wide there, Chris.
Yeah, that's they're racing hard, and Tanner Marr gonna make it work. And here comes James Miller. Miller up 6 spots, gonna try and make it 7. Can he get around the 4? They're evened up door to door, going through the corner, and the 09 puts a nose out front. Here comes Marr back on the outside. Tanner Marr using the momentum and that 4 car. He jets ahead. The 09 puts it right behind him, now back down below. Miller working the 09 machine, trying to get up towards the front. And he's done a good job here so far during this race. Up 6 spots. Make it 7 now as he goes up in front of the 4 car. Now he's just got to move up. Tanner Marr got a little tight. So James Miller in the 4th spot. Tanner Marr back to 5th. It's a gaggle right behind him. We got
It's all
Cody
being led by
Moore,
the
and then
24, yeah.
yeah, it's all happening behind Cody right now. John Perkins on the inside. Rick Thompson on the outside. Thompson starting to go backwards. We saw it happen with the 3 car. You can go backwards in a hurry. Thompson, though, puts the accelerator down, gets to the back bumper of the 24, goes to the outside. Rick Thompson looking for a spot. Cody Moore gives a wiggle. Rick Thompson going to get it done on the outside. Behind Rick Thompson, it's the 51 of Josh Sexton in the butt kicker machine. Cody Moore maybe holding up some drivers as everybody is looking for that top lane now. Here comes the 10. The 24 says, no more, I'm coming down. On the pit road he goes. Derek Paulson, our race leader. I'm sure he's seeing what's happening, Rick, in the black box. How much longer does he stay out? 25 laps complete. Our pole sitter has brought it back right behind our race leader. So Jamie Walker in a good spot to get his lap back. Dalton Kilroy trying to get back around him again. Dalton, that's not for position. No awards for passing him right now. That battle straightens out on track. And we still got these 3 guys going at it. Josh Sexton on the inside. Rick Thompson leading the way. And here comes the 10. The 10 now to the outside. That's Doc Butcher. Doc Butcher makes it look easy. On the outside now, right to the back bumper of Rick Thompson. And the Doc looking high again. Tanner Marr bringing it down pit road. As did our race leader and second place runner. So Rick Thompson right now being scored as the race leader.
Yeah, with Taylor the Butcher Benjamin up 10 positions right now in second position.
So it's Thompson, Doc Butcher, and Jordan McAvoy. Corey Sherman back up to 4th by virtue of not coming down pit road yet. Philip Van Vliet, our top 5, and that's going to change because Taylor the Butcher Benjamin goes around the 76, then brings it down pit road. Everybody wooing up. Top 4 bringing it down pit road. Philip Van Vliet going to assume the race lead. Oh, yeah.
I kind of want to go into the cooler from camping and grab one of them Kool-Aid, drinks that my kids have in there.
Van Vliet going to bring it down pit road. Aaron Bockover going to assume the race lead, but he's going to bring it down as well. So not going to get credit for leading a lap here as Bockover, but coming down pit road, looks like he's actually down to speed. Congratulations to him. And Jamie Walker going to be the race leader once again. That short pit, Rick, is really going to pay dividends for Jamie Walker, who right now is 6 seconds ahead of Derek Paulson.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I think that's something that Walker knows what he's doing. Last season, he was the winningest most driver of the season. Had a lot of issues, computer gremlins this season. But I'm looking, he's just got the Sunday drive, one hand on the wheel. He's just having fun.
Cracking back a cold Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew.
So Walker leading the way. Derek Paulson in the Marielle machine in second, but Dalton Kilroy going to take it away. Don Kilrow on the outside takes it away. Paulson right on his back bumper. Christian Pittman having a great run out there so far, and his number 31 has been in the top 5 just about all night long. James Miller, speaking of top 5, rounds out the top 5. And then there's a bit of a gap there to Tanner Marr, running all by himself. We got John Perkins and Dave Seats and the Butcher. Those 3 cars running nose to tail. So they should be able to catch Tanner Marr. Mike Hamlin's number 28 leads the next pack. They've got Cody Moore, Rick Thompson, Matt Gruenberg, and a whole host of others. Let's see who else we got in there. Matt Hackathorn, Josh Sexton, Brian Dees, and Ian Habiak, all a part of this group. And behind that group, it's Corey Sherman. Sherman in the 3 car leading the way for Race Clark. And they are catching this pack. Ian Habiak took a look to the inside of the 17, decided better. Maybe at lap 34, 3 wide wasn't the way to go around this big track.
Yeah, definitely not.
Just ahead of him, the 51, Josh Sexton, trying to make it work against Cody Moore. Sexton on the inside gets credit for the pass, and he's going to move up. Brian Dees letting it hang out on the outside, trying to do the same thing. And Ian Habiak's going to make him pay on the inside. Cody Moore moves up, blocks the spot, and moves back down. Pretty effective blocking out there.
Or as the NASCAR guys call it nowadays, breaking the draft.
Oh, yes.
Ian's getting a good run, but still, here comes Corey Sherman. He might make it 3 wide here.
That'd be pretty savage if he did. Here on lap 36. Again, first stage going to end at the end of lap number 48, some 12 laps from now. And Corey lets it back off a little bit, maybe waiting to see who's going to win this battle. Right now, it looks like the Toyota may be the faster of the 3 cars. Just doesn't have a spot to put it. You all right over there?
Yep. My drink went down the wrong hole, bro. I was excited watching all that.
Yeah, Habiak just moves side by side with Cody Moore in the 17. Going to bring it down low. Going to put a little draft help with the 16, and that's all it took. The 16 goes ahead of Cody Moore. So chalk one more up for Ian Habiak, up 8 for this one. Now the 17 down low, trying to do it as on almost contact there between the 17 and 24.
That's going to give the Shermanator the advantage there on the outside.
Yeah, the 17 had a little whoopsie, and he backed off. Corey Sherman took some advantage. And Cody Moore under attack back up front. It's a 5-second lead now for Jamie Walker. Walker following Josh Klinger in the 20. Klinger on the lead lap, but he's the last car on that lead lap. 3 cars down, at least 1. It's going to be Randy McAvoy, Fred Thompson, and Casey Campbell. Second spot still under contention, and this time it's going to be between Don Kilrow and the 31 of Christian Pittman. So Pittman really having a great night here. And he is right on the back bumper of last season's champion, the 41 of Dolan Kilroe. Meanwhile, Derek Paulson has dropped back to the 5th spot, maybe just trying to save a little bit. Remember, there's only 3 sets of tires that you're allowed to put on. Paulson very aware of that, I'm sure. Tanner Marr just outside of that top 5, running in the 6th position. The Cotton Candy Machine getting it done. John Perkins leads the next pack. He's got Matt Gruenberg and Mike Hamlin right behind him, along with Dave Seats, Rick Thompson, and the 51 of Josh Sexton. Add Matt Ackathorn to that too.
Yep.
A fairly big group of cars here. All battling it out for John Perkins' 7th spot as we go under caution. And this one looks like it may be on the 0-2. Race Clark. So Jamie Walker is going to watch his 5-second lead vanish. Well, let's go back and take a peek. The 0-2 going to the outside. Oh, the 24. Oh, he tags Aaron Bach. Oh, the 51 gets a big shot of it. And Race Clark's car is destroyed on the backside. And the front side's not so good either. So Aaron Backover got a little piece of it. Doesn't look to be a lot of damage in the 44. As we kick back to live, Jamie Walker, Dalton Kilroe, Christian Pittman, James Miller, Derek Paulson, your top 5 here at Kansas, Kentucky, one of those K-States. AWN, what's going on, bud? Good to see you out there in chat. Still a pretty young race here. Haven't even hit our first scheduled caution flag. Lap 44 of 170. Lap 48 was the first scheduled pit stop. As Fred Thompson goes around the pace car, gets his lap back. Race Clark's car, I think, is very, very damaged. I don't know if he's going to be able to get back out there and be competitive. Max watching along, getting very excited about this race.
He likes it.
He loves it. It's been a pretty quick race here so far. 44 laps clicked off relatively quickly, but here we are under caution. Race Clark finding the outside wall. He was doing a little battle with the 24. Cody Moore, and almost looked like they both kind of went up. Race got the worst end of the deal. We wait for race control to kind of tell us what's going on out there, and then we can go back to green. Make sure, if you haven't, go on over to trjkarting.com. Check out the website. Check it out over on Facebook. Give them a like. Whatever you got to do. Spread the word. Tim Haviak is a great guy. And it's a great little business he's got. Let's keep it going. Of course, you got to also remember to go out and check out Butt Kicker. If you're looking for a butt kicker, head on over to Butt Kicker and use promo code BLAZING for 20% off. And also got to thank Michael Falk. I don't know if he's actually taking on any more work, but if you need a paint and if you beg real hard, you might be able to get one. And man, oh man, does he do a great job. Probably 3/4 of the cars on this track were painted by Michael Falk, and there's not an ugly car out there.
Well, Chris, I just heard from Race Control the O2 is going to get the EOL, but the O2 is not going to be able to finish here tonight. So has loaded up in the hauler and took off for the night.
Oh boy. Well, the amount of damage was pretty significant. So unfortunately, not a big surprise as the pace car lights drop down. We're going to get ready to go back to green. It's going to be a little bit of a shootout here for the first stage. Sunday night shootout. Why not? Right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. I want to thank everybody for tuning into the Turn 3 Racing Network. Make sure you do. We have something going on just about every single night. If you like racing, you have found your new home on the internet right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network live on YouTube every single night. Halfway point on the track is reached, and the pace car is getting ready to go through turns 3 and 4. Then hit pit road. He's not even going to bother shutting it off this time, though, because he's going to be right back out. As we've got a little 2-lap shootout scheduled for you right now. Pace car drops down. Jamie Walker waiting for the flagman. He sees what he needed to see. He drops the hammer, and here we go. Shootout number 1 of the night. Walker explodes off from the line, and that's going to leave Dylan Kilrow, Christian Pittman, and James Miller sitting there battling for second spot. Behind them, it's Derek Paulson and Tanner Marr getting it on. Tanner Marr looking for the 5th spot. Derek Paulson already locked in. Can he stop Tanner Marr from taking a top 5 here in stage 1? Back up.
6 is doing just what he can do right now to keep that 4 behind him.
And up front, Jamie Walker takes the start of the 48th lap. At the end of this one, caution is going to come out. So if you're going to make a move inside of the top 5, now is the time to do it. And it doesn't look like anybody's getting ready to do it yet. Dig it. Tanner Marr not going to be able to make a run on Derek Paulson. So the 88 of Jamie Walker. Dylan Kilrow, Christian Pittman, James Miller, and Derek Paulson will be your top 5 as we end stage number 1. Congratulations going out to the 88 for winning stage number 1. Jamie Walker, having those computer issues for most of the season, is back. And he is back with a vengeance.
One driver that's kind of happy that that was the end of the stage number 1, Chris, the 24, Cody Moore, because he was about to go a lap down. We had one more lap of that stage left at 24. Well, he'd have gotten his spot back, but still.
Yeah, you don't want to lose it at all, though. This should give Randy McAvoy a chance to get his lap back, though. Well, pit stops are right around the corner, and we're going to take a break. Don't go away, because stage number 2 promises to be very, very exciting here at Kentucky. It's been a fabulous race here so far. I can't thank you guys enough for tuning in. We'll be right back right after this.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
And we're back live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We've got ourselves a new race leader. It's going to be Matt Gruenberg, the winningest driver this season. And Gruenberg has Jeffrey Fisher, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, Brian Dees, and Matt Hackathorn behind him in the top 5. Then it's going to be Ian Habiak, Aaron Bockover, Josh Klinger, Dolan Kilroy, and Christian Pittman after those caution flag pit stops for stage number 1. Stage 2 is set to go under the green flag here in about a lap, and it will end on lap number 96. So Matt Gruenberg gonna get a sniff of that fresh air, see what that 54 can do here tonight. Won 7 times so far this season. As Gruenberg, Jeffrey Fisher, who lines up to his outside, hasn't had quite the same amount of luck, but wouldn't mind pulling off a victory. And a lot of different pitch strategies happening over that first stage caution. We'll see how those work out. Gruenberg shifts it down into second, getting ready to go to the green flag. Pace car down on pit road. Gas pedal is mashed. Here we go, back under the green flag. And Matt Gruenberg is the race leader. He caught Jeff Fisher sleeping just a little bit, and so did the Butcher. As the Butcher moves on up to second spot, behind them, it's a battle for the 4th spot between Matt Hackathorn and Brian Dees. Dees taking it on the outside. Hackathorn took a peek to the inside, didn't have it, stays on the back bumper of Brian Dees. Ian Habiak behind them. And here comes Josh Klinger. Josh Klinger was just about ready to go down a lap, and now the 20 is making a pass inside of the top 6. Josh Klinger running in the 5th spot. Here comes Habiak on the inside of Hackathorn. Couldn't do it, pulls it back in. And Jamie Walker making it 3 wide. Jamie Walker on the inside, trying to get by the 09 of James Miller. Christian Pittman hit the brake pedal. Oh, Miller gets very loose. Well, able to hold on to it. And here comes Walker, our pole sitter tonight. Moving through the field pretty quickly. He stuffs it down on the inside of Brian Dees. Dees not able to do anything with him. And now to the inside of Doc Butcher goes the 88. Up front, it's about the 54 gets together. Oh no, excuse me.
The 98.
The 98. Caution on the track. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
This is going to get bad, because when it happens at the front of the field, it's never good. All right, well, let's go back and see what happened. Klinger goes down to the inside in the 20. and he was on a roll, but slides up, it looks like, into the 98. The 98 takes it into the wall and then back out on track, and that's never good. Pittman gets into it. The 44 gets into it. The 09 gets into it, and a whole host of others. Oh boy. Aaron Bockover was able to prevent it the last time, but this time he couldn't do a thing about it. Let's go in to Aaron's cockpit view and see if we can watch this thing kind of unfold, because it was sudden. Klinger and Fisher get together, and Bockover sees it. He's lifted, gets himself into the wall, just a little tip.
That's what she said.
Oh boy. I think I want to check that out from one more point of view. I had James Miller's shot. He had Pittman to his outside in the 31. Pittman goes around him. That's going to kind of hurt his view just a little bit, but you hear him. He gets off the throttle. He's trying to avoid. And Fisher actually gets hit by Pittman and rolls himself. Well, he doesn't roll himself, but the car spins into Miller. Heavy damage here in stage number 2, as we find ourselves under caution number 3 of the evening. Matt Gruenberg, your race leader. Jamie Walker has made his way back up to second spot. Doc Butcher in third. Brian Dees, Matt Hackathorn, your top 5. It's going to be Derek Paulson, Corey Sherman. This can't be right. Terry Foster?
No, don't just, yeah, let it go.
Cody Moore and Philip Van Vliet in the top 10. I haven't even put that name that I shall not mention on camera yet tonight, Rick. I'm doing what I can here for my part.
I would do it anyway.
You want to do it? Let's do it. There it is.
Well, unfortunately, it is not a night to have a 2 and a 0 in on your car as a number. Now we know what happened with Race Clark. He is out of the race there, going to be scored in 31st position. Well, the 20 of Klinger is going to be getting the EOL for this caution, Chris, and a lot of banged up vehicles out there.
Yeah, that's the big problem there, is it took out a good number of cars, or at least put some damage to them. So Klinger going to go to the end of the field. And Jeffrey Fisher really took a hard hit. I don't think, well, even if he comes out, his car won't be the same. Pittman took a pretty good hit. And Bockover still on pit road. He just got a little tap, but it may have been just enough. But it looks like he's coming off from pit road now to rejoin the field. Matt Gruenberg going to opt for the inside, so Walker folds it in to the outside. Cars are starting to line up in columns of 2, ready to go back under the green flag.
And it looks like, Chris, you mentioned it earlier, Jeffrey Fisher in the 98 is going to be joined up with the 31 there. They're packing those cars up on the hauler to hang out to next week to New Hampshire. So Christian Pittman going to be scored in 29th with Jeffrey Fisher in 30th. And of course, like I said earlier, Race Clark in 31st.
"27 drivers on the lead lap as we get ready to go back under the green flag. Third caution of the evening, just about done. And the winningest driver of the season so far has the race lead against Jamie Walker, who's really been turning it on as of late. Pace car rolls down underneath the yellow line. The 54 hits the go pedal. He is gone. And we have seen that every single start of this race. That inside lane, definitely where you want to restart here at Kentucky. As Matt Gruenberg takes off. Jamie Walker trying to catch him, and then you have Doc Butcher, the Soul Stealer, Matt Hackathorn, and Derek Paulson.
And you might as well throw in.
Oh,
Corey
there's a
Sherman
whole bunch.
And Cody Moore to that group too.
Hey, look, there's more. How about Ian Habiak, Mike Hamlin, Rick Thompson, Jordan McAvoy? They're all there. I love it.
Yeah, McAvoy right now in 12th position under pressure from the St. Jude Hospital Autism Speaks number 14 and David Seats working that outside lane to try to get around the 66. The 66 hanging on strong though. And then they're getting a little bit run. Man, that number 14 looking good under the lights here tonight.
As you're watching that battle, I'm watching the 3 of Corey Sherman, who just picked off one spot and now trying to make it 3. Corey Sherman blasts himself up into the top 5, looking for more against Brian Dees. Dees to the outside, Corey Sherman to the inside. Drag racing down the stretch, into the corner they go. Ty Morosco, not practicing and not racing, but joining us out in chat for just a moment. Hope everything's going well with you, Ty. As Corey Sherman gets around everybody, takes over the 3rd spot, the 24, Cody Moore, right on his coattails. Ian Habiak up into the top 5. Doc Butcher puts it down on the inside lane, trying to get to the 16. Can't do it, loses a bunch of ground. Habiak now working the back door of the 24. Cody Moore under attack again, this time from the Hurricane. Oh, he gets off the wall. Oh, look out, Ian. He's using all of the track. Meanwhile, up front, race is starting to get a little bit closer for our race leaders. Gruenberg, Walker, gonna start getting it on here, and I can see that it's probably gonna happen in about a couple of laps, so we're gonna step away and get right back to the action. How about Dave Seats? He's working the inside of the Butcher. Seats taking one away. The Butcher slips back to 10th. Meanwhile, up in front of him, it is Rick Thompson trying to get back to the place he started. Right now, he's -1. Got to get around Mike Hamlin to get back to his starting spot of 6th position. Thompson in the first part of stage 1 was a perennial front runner, but now trying to get back to it as he faded away in the second half of that first stage.
And Thompson's doing everything that he can to get to that back bumper of Hamlin so he can try to make a move, but he's got to be careful because Jordan McAvoy's not far behind Thompson.
And he's within striking distance as Thompson moves to the outside. Mike Hamlin going to be under pressure. Hamlin shuts the door, and the 76 moves down to the inside and brings it back. Quick moves out of the 76. The Hurricane maybe taking a peek to the inside of Cody Moore. We got action all over the track right now. And Jamie Walker has found the back bumper of the 54.
There's another driver, Chris, that I'm seeing move up to the field. That's the 8 of Amanda Sherman, currently in 13th position. He just went around. Derek Halsing just got up to the back bumper of the 10 of Doc Butcher.
She's down to the inside. Something going on with Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, as he is slipping back. Amanda Sherman now to the inside. Sherman takes it low and takes away the spot. Amanda Sherman up to 12th. And maybe that's just where the Butcher wants to be. You never know.
You never know.
The 51, John Sexton, and the 84, Matt Hackathorn, had a little contact. They were able to straighten it up and get him going again. They're starting to chase down Derek Paulson. Hackathorn takes it down to the inside in his 84. And Sexton keeps it rolling. Derek Paulson now looking to the inside of TBB. And just like that. Well, I say just like that, but I didn't mean to say it like this. Just like that, TBB has lost another 2 spots as he is struggling with a 10 car. Contact between the 10 and the 84. A little door slam there. Everybody drives away. But the Butcher slips back another spot. This could be part of the tire strategy, though. You never know.
There goes the 86 of Taffy around Brian Dees there. Taffy making some moves out there. Now he's got his sights on the 10 of Doc Butcher.
Yeah, okay. I know you did that car as kind of a joke, but the way the light bounced off her, it looks pretty damn good.
It actually, yeah, it was 100% of a joke. I was trying to make like a little carrot, you know, dangle the carrot in front of the donkey to get the donkey to move, and I think I found Terry's weak spot. It's working.
Car not quite handling the way the 86 wants it to, but getting around the track nonetheless as the 10 bringing it down pit road. We're about halfway through this stage and 20 laps to go. Matt Grunberg continuing to lead the way in front of Jamie Walker. Walker backing down just a little bit. Now we got 0.5 of a second. Corey Sherman holding under the 3rd spot. The Hurricane in 4th, and Mike Hamlin doing battle with Jordan McAvoy for the 5th spot. McAvoy on the inside trying to take it away. Almost contact there between the 66 and the 28. They stay off from each other, continue on. McAvoy has a better run this time on that inside lane. And he's able to stretch it out just a little bit. Can he move up? Not yet. As Mike Hamlin fighting back on the outside. He's got David Seats right behind him. John Perkins on pit road. And Mike Hamlin makes it so that it's his spot once again. And now they're looking 3 wide as Dave Seats goes way up top to the outside. The 66 on the bottom. And they come back. No problem. Good battle here. Seats, a very aggressive move to the left. And the 28, Mike Hamlin able to block him down. Good battle here for the 5th spot. We'll go back in a little further.
And leaders on pit road, Chris.
That Brewer bringing it down pit road. Walker going to lead the next lap by unless he comes down pit road. That moves Corey Sherman up 1 into 2nd. Ian Habiuk into 3rd. Mike Hamlin 4th. Dave Seats 5th. The only other driver on pit road right now, Matt Hackathorn in the 84. Walker has a 5.6 second lead over Corey Sherman. He's shrinking a little bit as Walker maybe again saving some. Let's go ahead and hop on board and see what he's doing. On board with a race leader, Jamie Walker, and down the backstretch, he is not saving a thing. Smooth on the steering wheel, smooth on the accelerator pedal. That's what it takes to win these 1.5 mile tracks. No saving going on there, Rick. He's full steam ahead.
No, and he's still just driving one-handed right now. Comfortable as can be.
Well, you can't see his face to know what the concentration level looks like, but as he comes down pit road, let's take a peek in on our race leader. As our race leader is now
The Hurricane.
the Hurricane. Young man, fresh out of high school, looking to do something else, goes into community college. Started last Monday night. And Ian out there leading the way.
And look how serious he looks there on the in-car camera, Chris. He's got the Brian D's. I mean, Brian D is actually smiling right now, and Ian's got the straight face. I don't know.
Well, Dees is smiling because he stole Ian's soul. That's what I'm thinking.
Maybe.
Not a smile, a lot of concentration though out of the 16 camp.
I think it's because he knows Dad's going to be done bowling soon and be back at the house.
It could very well be. As he is coming down pit road. Our race leader right now going to be the 66 of Jordan McAvoy. He's running a heck of a race here tonight. Jordan McAvoy leads the way. Amanda Sherman in second spot, some 5.5 seconds behind. And this is 20 of Josh Klinger. Cody Moore behind Amanda, trying to figure out a way around her. Cody being scored the first car, 1 lap down, so any passing he can do is going to be a huge benefit. She moves down to the left, and that should allow for Cody Moore to go on by. It looks like Amanda may be, I don't know. I think she's setting up for a pit road stop, but really early off the throttle.
I'm just going to say, I think, and we're going to have to confirm this with Doc Butcher, but I think Amanda has now led more laps than Harry this season.
That's official. I already looked it up. It's already done. Amanda Sherman, your race leader, has led more laps than her teammate Terry Foster. Now Josh Klinger, 1.7 seconds behind her. As Amanda Sherman may have something up her sleeve.
And I know for a fact that she's going to be heading down pit road this time by Chris.
Yeah, I didn't think she really did. I was looking at the scoring, and I knew better. And Josh Klinger also bringing it down pit road. Philip Van Vliet in the 89 is going to be scored second as Josh Sexton stays out. So Sexton now going to lead a lap. If Fred Thompson can hold on for just a few more laps, Fred will lead a lap here in the Blazing Pedals. That's what I want to see. 51 of Sexton brings it in. The 89, Philip Van Vliet brings it in. The 46 stays out. Fred Thompson is going to lead a lap. Great job, Fred. Awesome.
It is awesome. I love it. I just love to see Fred out there every week, Chris. I mean, you know, he's out here, he's supporting his son, having a good time with his son, Rick Thompson. But week in and week out, Fred's here, doesn't get discouraged, just goes out there, has fun, runs his race, and that's it. And it is great to see him leading here tonight.
And he's going to bring it down. That'll give the lead back over to the 54 of Matt Gruenberg. Second is going to be Jamie Walker, Rick Thompson in third. So Fred has done something tonight that his son hasn't. He's led a lap. Corey Rutherford in the 5 goes down a lap to our race leader. Now Jamie Walker works his way around. Rick Thompson in third spot. Got a little bit of ground to make up. Kaviak running in fourth. A good solid run here for the Hurricane. And Dave Seats in that 14 car, the Autism Speaks machine, running in the top 5. Great run for him as well.
And Josh Rutherford in the 55 gets around Ian Habiak to go up and try to get some more, get his lap back there. But Habiak, now he's going to be careful. And actually, Chris, this is actually pretty cool to see the 16 and the 14, both autism-related cars, running nose to tail right now.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
I mean, that stuff, you know, it speaks to you know, years of my heart. Yeah, it's cool to see.
Rick Thompson bringing it around Brian D. So D's down a lap and losing more. So Brian Dees, who started the season wonderfully, the last couple of weeks just cannot catch a break. And the smile is gone. It's kind of turned into a grimace. Fred Thompson going around him. Back up towards the front. Matt Gruenberg leading the way. Derek Paulson having problems.
Oh, so pits are closed, Chris. I mean, don't look now because we're almost at the end of stage 2. And actually, Brian Dees has a meatball flag being shown. He has actually popped a tire on the 17.
Oh, boy. Not good. And that certainly explains the pace that the 17 was running. But right now, the 54 is doing everything he can to try and win stage 2. The 88 going to try and get to the back bumper. He's got a car between him and the race leader, though. So Matt Gruenberg trying to win a stage. Jamie Walker already has. And Matt Hackathorn is in between them. Walker moves it down to the inside. He goes. Not going to have enough time to catch the 54. The 54 is going to be stage 2 winner as soon as that yellow flag comes out. And that's going to do it. Yellow flag should be coming out. There it is. So congratulations going out to Matt Gruenberg, the winningest driver of the season, just won another stage here at the Blazing Pedals. Two stages in the books. And it's been a heck of a ride here so far. Kentucky has been a very good track here tonight for these guys. Congratulations once again to Matt Gruenberg at a Team AV, picking up stage number 2 win. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to step away for just a moment here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. When we come back, it's going to be the third and final stage, all the way to lap 170. Don't go away. The action's going to pick up here. I have a feeling.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
And here we are back live at Kentucky as we get ready to go back under the green flag. New race leader. You're going to find him on the outside of row number 2 right now. The 24 of Cody Moore picked up the race lead off from pit road. Jamie Walker in second. Dave Seats, Ian Habiuk, your top 4. Taylor Butcher Benjamin, Matt Gruenberg, your top 6. Then it's Mike Hamlin, Rick Thompson, Terry Foster, and Corey Sherman, your top 10.
Wait, lap 101, Terry Foster carrying the banner for TNA so far? Corey might have to make another shirt.
No, sir. Corey Sherman's in 9th.
Oh, okay. Are you sure? Because now it shows Terry in 9th.
I don't know. Let's go back into the field and take a peek. Oh my goodness, you're absolutely right. Terry Foster lined up to the inside. Terry is 9th spot. These car lights are off. We're going to get ready to go back into the green here in just about a half a lap. And if you're just tuning in, the question is why? Because this one has been a lot of fun. Also, big news over at the Hammond house.
Oh, yeah.
My little niece just lost her first tooth.
She did. 6 years old. Her tooth finally came out.
Here we go, back into the green flag, and Cody Moore not wasting any time on the outside. He lights him up, and he is gone. Jamie Walker holding on to the second spot. Ian Habiuk battling it out with Matt Gruenberg for third. Gruenberg on fresh tires on the outside, makes it stick. Can he make the pass? It's going to be no problem for the 54 as that is winding up. So Ian Habiuk drops back to the 4th spot. Here comes the Butcher. The Butcher down on the inside in the 10. Out of Penn State.
Whoa. Look at Rick Thompson coming.
Yeah, Rick Thompson. They're all coming. It's time to light the wick here with 67 laps to go. Rick Thompson down on the inside of Ian Habiuk. Following the Butcher through. Thompson keeps it down on the inside. Rick Thompson looking for more. New race leader, Jamie Walker, Matt Gruenberg in second. Cody Moore slipped back to the 3rd spot. Rick Thompson in 4th. The Butcher in 5th. And here comes Corey Sherman now. Sherman in the 6th spot.
And another new race leader. The 54 takes it over from Jamie Walker's number 88, Chris. So those fresh Goodyears definitely coming into play. I bet you Jamie Walker and quite possibly maybe Cody Moore. Kind of wondering if they took it, but that's okay. This means that they have an extra set.
I think Jamie may have taken one earlier. So he couldn't take one now. He's going to have to wait till about halfway through this one before he can take his tires. And that's going to be a problem because Gruenberg, I think, had all 3 sets coming into this stage.
And Rick Thompson takes over second.
And here comes Corey
Sherman.
Sherman looking for 3rd. Sherman to the inside of Jamie Walker. Corey Sherman takes it over now. Here comes the 66 of Jordan McAvoy. Jordan McAvoy to the inside. The 88 slipping back quickly.
Ooh, big nose out of the 44 cam. Dalton Kilrow heading down pit road.
Why is that news out of the 44 camp?
Or the 41 camp. maybe it's because the 44. I don't know.
I mean, I know
41?
that they had their problems last season, but it's kind of over now.
I know. I'm trying to start something back up again. Well, I mean, now that the Shermanator's in 3rd position for TNA Motorsports, I'm gonna have to put a dip in it. I'm getting kind of nervous.
And there's a battle brewing here. The 33 of John Perkins climbs into the top 5 around the Butcher. He brings the 51 of Josh Sexton along for the ride. And Terry Foster as well. Foster right on the back bumper of the 10 car. Tanner Marr in the 4 car, the black and pink car that you're seeing on screen. He is down a lap. He's the first car 1 lap down, trying to get it back. Trying to get around all these lead lap cars. It's a challenge. Marr takes it to the outside behind the 10, decides better, goes back to the inside. Now he's going to work on the inside of the 10. Doc Butcher goes down another spot. Well, it's not really a spot, is it?
Technically, no. there. I only put a half a can in, so hopefully it's not so bad. But Terry Foster, if you get inside the top 5 tonight, I will send you a bag of taffy the next time I go to Maine.
So
I ain't drinking no White Claw though.
top 5 challenge on the board once again. The last time it didn't work out so well for you, Rick. This time we'll see. Rick Thompson sitting in the second spot. Corey Sherman right behind him. Those two battling it out for a position in points along with the position on the track.
Ooh, and we have one driver in the infield care center, Chris.
Let's go ahead and get him up because I didn't see what. Yeah, I didn't see what happened with him.
Dalton Carroll, you got Rick Chris up here in the booth. You got a copy, bud?
Damn, 4.
Oh man, what happened?
Well, going into turn 3, racing for the lucky dog, the 17 just sent it on the inside of me and in the 8, doored her up the track into me and sent me into the fence and blew my engine. So my race is done.
Well, that is unfortunate. Yeah, obviously it's going to take about at least a half an hour to get that engine swapped out there. So that's unfortunate there for you tonight. I mean, thankfully you're locked in already for the playoffs. You know, next week we head to New Hampshire. How you feeling about that?
Hopefully a little better. I have a little history of getting moved out of the way there, so we'll see what happens. But I'm just glad I could even race tonight, honestly, because with my electrical issues that have been happening the past couple days, it's good to not get prematurely dropped from the session, even though, well, it's already happened tonight. So yeah, that's is what it is. But I'll just go out there next week and whoop some behind.
All right, man. Well, hey, who do you got to thank on that 41?
I can thank Dowdy's Barbershop, Hefty Button Box, Spam Racing Videos, TRJKarting.com, Butt Kicker, Raise Energy, you guys for doing the broadcasts. It's I know you guys do it really well every week. Just same thing as every other Turn 3 broadcast out there. And then Mark and Jason up in the booth for doing the race control.
All right.
And everybody else at Fun Kings.
There you go. I was gonna say, don't forget teammates either. Oh, I mean, you know, unfortunately, yeah, your night's gonna end. Hopefully, you can help your teammates out somehow. Maybe doing a little spotting or something for them. And next week, just do what you do.
10-4, man.
Good luck.
Driver of the number 41, Dalton Kilroy. You can hear the disappointment in his voice. Thank you, Rick. Taking a peek at Amanda Sherman's car. I don't see any damage. So, you know, it's bad for one. Didn't turn into bad for more than one, I guess. So Amanda Sherman, her car's still straight on the right-hand side. She's running in 11th spot, just ahead of her teammate, Aaron Bockover. Corey Sherman started this stage on fire. He has kind of settled down into that 3rd spot. And that's probably not a bad thing to do at this point in the race. 115 out of 170. Jordan McAvoy catching his rear bumper. McAvoy having a great race here tonight, Rick. He's up 11 spots, running inside of the top 5, and really looking good out there.
Yeah, really good. See a little bit of damage there to the front left of the car, Chris, but nothing really slowing that 66 down. And like I said, up 11 positions, doing a heck of a job.
Yeah, absolutely. Joshua Sexton in the 51. Another guy that's climbed up into that 5th spot. He's up 5 spots since the drop of the green flag. And Sexton doing a great job here again. A lot of drivers starting to turn it on here towards the latter half of the season.
Yeah, let me tell you, that 51 is clean too, Chris. There's not a mark on it anywhere.
Well, protect your equipment. Your equipment will take care of you. In the 6th spot, it's going to be the 33 of John Perkins. Perkins working with some lap down traffic. Tanner Marr, Brian Dees. Tanner Marr to the inside. Dees just ahead. Marr goes around. The 33 gets in behind. Matt Gruenberg on pit road. So Gruenberg getting service done a little bit early here, I would think. on the 54. We'll see if that strategy plays out.
I mean, it worked for Jamie Walker there in the first stage, Chris. So
Well, what that does, though, is it makes it so that both Thompsons on track have led a lap here. So Rick Thompson, Corey Sherman, Jordan McAvoy now your top three as the 54 bringing it out of pit road. He is one lap down. And it looks like it was fuel only for Grunberg.
And I don't know if I want to jinx it here on lap 120, but the 86 is also nice and clean, Chris.
Yeah, there's something going on there. He was on camera before, Rick. I'm going to go ahead and say it's not Terry driving that car.
Maybe.
Somebody else is doing it. Pretty smooth line out of that corner. It might be Mark.
No, it's not Mark. I know he's busy. He's been texting me back and forth and all over race control. I think it's Miss Foster who's driving that thing tonight.
Oh, poor Terry. Rick Thompson leading the way here on lap 121 of 170. Laps are winding down here relatively quickly. And again, I'm going to go ahead and question the move that Matt Grunberg made. He put himself way behind here by stopping so early and going down a lap. It's not like Matt to make a mistake. I don't know. We'll find out.
That we will.
He's a pretty good driver. Speaking of good drivers, there's another one on pit road. Jimmy Walker in the 88 hitting pit road.
And it wouldn't surprise me to see Walker taking a fresh set of good years.
It depends on how many he's already taken. I mean, do you take them now if you only have one set left? Do you hold off?
Well, I can tell you right now, the right side is up. Now the left side going up, Chris. So
right.
New Goodyear's going on the 88.
Fair enough. Meanwhile, Rick Thompson just out there turning laps, and they are clicking off. Corey Sherman in second, Jordan McAvoy in third, and really they're kind of running pretty close to each other here. Matt Grunberg trying to catch Jordan McAvoy. But he's got a long way to go to get a lap back. Grunberg taking it behind McAvoy. McAvoy moves up out of the way. And the 54 stays down on the inside, makes that pass happen. Meanwhile, the 61 went way up the wall. Top five is Rick Thompson, Corey Sherman, Jordan McAvoy, John Perkins, and Terry Foster.
Somebody wants a box of taffy.
Sherman running in the sixth position, so great night right now, at least for the TNA camp. But Speed Mafia leading the way with Rick Thompson. Corey Sherman sends it up just a little bit higher, and here comes the 54 on the bottom side. So Grunberg has one more car to pass to try and get a lap back. It's the race leader. Corey Sherman's tires might be starting to go away as he is starting to slide up the track just a little bit more than he has in previous laps.
When the 76 going to be pitting in on next time by also, Chris.
So 76 keeps it down low, the 3. We're going to find out what his plan is. He's going to stay up high. Corey Sherman looking to lead a lap here. And he's going to do it this time by. So Corey Sherman leads a lap for the first time in a long time, Rick. Towards the beginning of the season, that wouldn't have surprised me, but lately, Sherman has been off, maybe getting back into his groove.
Well, he's kept that 3 Savage Edge machine nice and clean here tonight.
I think it has something to do with the black paint job, the 3 on it.
I think so. I think so. It looks good. I like it.
And Corey Sherman led that 1 lap, said, okay, I'm good. And he's bringing it down pit road. Philip Van Vliet in the 89. If he stays out,
yeah.
he's going to lead a lap.
And he does.
Van Vliet in the Kool-Aid machine leads one here at Kentucky. And I swear I hear him saving fuel. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I ain't.
You're not.
The 89. Gonna try and stretch it out. Man, Sherman starting to catch him. Gonna get her lap back. Matt Grunberg sitting in the 2nd spot. Grunberg has about a 2.3 second gap to make up. But the way Van Vliet is saving fuel, that shouldn't take that long, I wouldn't think. Ian Habiak working on the 54 on the outside. He goes around. Ian, who's running well inside of the top 10 right now, being scored in the 19th position. Trying to get back into the swing. James Miller in the 09 now looking to try and go around the 54. Heavily damages the 09, but it doesn't seem to be affecting the speed all that much. As he is running a very different line, well below the apron for a good portion of the corners. But it's working. And Van Vliet is about to get passed.
Down. Yeah, he's about ready to set it down onto the pit road, Chris. So that's going to give the lead over to Matt Grunberg. Second place to the 51 of Sexton. 4th, Rick Thompson. Jordan McAvoy still rounding out that top 10 right now. Or top 5. One of those numbers.
Doc Butcher actually running in the 5th spot right now. Matt Hackathorn, Corey Sherman, 6th and 7th.
Here comes the Shermanator looking on the inside of Hackathorn's number 84.
Corey Sherman's going to make that pass. And right now, he's just trying to catch and pass Rick Thompson. Thompson running in the 3rd spot. That's a huge points battle.
Yeah, only 13 points separating those 2 drivers. But the Shermanator has some cars in front of him, and of course that is the 10 of Doc Butcher and the 66 of Jordan McAvoy. Whoa, looking maybe to make it 3 wide? No, maybe.
We've seen a couple of threats of 3 wide here tonight, but it really hasn't happened. They've been backing off and being good about it.
Now the Shermanator back in the top 5 here. Got his sights on the 10 Penn State machine of Doc Butcher.
And making that pass look easy is Corey Sherman. He just went to the outside and hammered down. So it's going to be Rick Thompson and Corey Sherman once again battling it out. And right now, Corey Sherman may be just a tick faster. Oh, he is. Corey Sherman out of nowhere takes away the 3rd spot from Rick Thompson. Points implications all the way right there.
Now the Shermanator hung on to a set of tires, and it's definitely working out for him. Rick Thompson fuel only on lap number 29 was the last time he was down on pit road.
Rick Thompson tonight comes in 9 points behind Corey Sherman. So that position really does count.
Is it 9? I thought it was only 13.
Oh, no, I just looked. It said 9.
I'll believe you.
Of course, it's way over there, and I don't have my glasses on, so.
It's one of those. It's close. It's a close points battle right now.
Very close. And Corey Sherman liking what he's seeing in the rearview mirror, because Rick Thompson goes down another spot to Jamie Walker. So Thompson starting to head backwards. Meanwhile, up front, our race leader has got his hands full with Josh Sexton.
Ooh, and Sexton coming down pit road.
Oh, big move. 29 laps to go. Derek Paulson running down the race leader. Paulson not having a great night, being scored down multiple laps. But getting one of them back.
Moore bringing his 24 down pit road. And Doc Butcher calling out his next pit.
John Perkins in the 33, running in the 9th spot, right where he started the night. Car looking very clean still. So he may have a shot at something a little later. Here comes the 51. Josh Sexton gets around him, the 51. Trying to get a lap back. Has some real work to do it. Top 15 drivers right now on the lead lap, but TBB on pit road may be close to losing one. Ryan D is also on pit road. And the 54 brings it down pit road one more time. The race leader going to be Corey Sherman. With 26 laps to go, Corey Sherman is the race leader. And we are getting down there, Rick. We're going to have one more pit stop for a lot of these guys. And and tires. Whoever's got the best tires is going to win this one. Looks like Doc Butcher did end up going down a lap when he was on pit road. He's being scored in the 18th spot right now. And Corey Sherman putting a hurt on a lot of guys as they were on pit road. Ten drivers being scored on the lead lap right now. And look who's in 5th spot. Rick, you might be paying out.
I might be.
Corey Sherman desperately wants this win. And the last time he was in a position to do that, he started overdriving the car, ended up putting it into the wall way back towards the beginning of the season. I believe it was Iowa.
Yeah, I think he remembers that too. He's taking it pretty easy there with the 3 right now.
Matt Hackathorn, Rick Thompson, Mike Hamlin, John Perkins, Dave Seats, all coming down pit road. Add Aaron Bach over to that list. As top 4 on the track, Corey Sherman, Jamie Walker, Terry Foster, Ian Habiuk now. "22 laps to go, a 5-second lead over Jamie Walker is what Corey Sherman is working with."
He's going to keep going.
Walker off the pace. Walker bringing it down pit road.
Oh, Klinger.
Oh, Klinger gets into the wall. Able to hold on to it. He brings it back down. That happened right around the race leader. Dangerous situation for the 3 to be in right now. And look who's in 2nd spot.
He's still got to come down pit road, though.
He does.
But what a great night for Terry, though. I mean, that car's still clean. 20 laps left to go.
Terry or whoever's driving.
Or whoever's driving, yeah.
All right, let's take a look in here. The last time Corey Sherman was on pit road was lap 129. He definitely cannot make it. His name is not Dalton Kilroy. Terry Foster, last time on pit road, lap 128. Same situation. Ian Habiuk in 3rd, lap 125. Those are the 3 drivers on the lead lap. They all have to come down pit road. After that, you've got Matt Gruenberg, Josh Sexton, Matt Hackathorn, TBB, and Philip Van Vliet. They would take over the top 5 spots if these 3 drivers come down at the same time. Philip Van Vliet was just passed by Jamie Walker, so add him into the fray of the top 5. Excuse me. That was a cough turned into something else. I don't know what that was. "18 laps to go. Voice is starting to go away. But Corey Sherman continues to lead on.
Ian Habiuk in 3rd place down pit road now.
It's all starting to come to a head.
How long is the Shermanator going to make it last, Chris?
Well, the longer he makes it last, the less time he has to spend on pit road, Rick. There is that side of it. But if he waits too long, Gruenberg will catch him. Right now, Grunberg is 33.8 seconds behind. We're going to keep an eye on that number. Corey can come down and take maybe like just a few gallons. Pit time would be pretty darn quick. But a lot of people are lining up on the back door trying to get their lap back, including Ian Haybuck and the 54 of Grunberg. Grunberg now boxed in a little bit. $15 laps to go, and finally Grunberg finds a way to the inside, able to go around. The 16 gets a little loose.
Yeah, the Shermanator boxed in just a little bit, able to get down below. He wants to think about coming, but here comes James Miller in the 09 to kind of close the door, so Corey Sherman going to have to go around again.
14 laps to go. The calculations got to be going. How many laps can I go on how much fuel? It's going to have to be 13 laps. How much fuel do you need?
Gary Foster says, okay, enough's enough. He's going down pit road.
Again, should be short pits here. All you need to do is get fuel enough to go 14 laps. 3 drivers on the lead lap right now. Corey Sherman holding them all back.
Gary Foster taking 4 good years.
Last time Sherman was on pit road, lap of 129. It's getting desperate for the 3 car. And here he comes, our race leader, coming down pit road. So Matt Grunberg has to push the pedal down. He's got to get back in front of the 3. The 3 has to make this the best pit stop he's ever had. The time is now Matt Grunberg running around this track right now inside of the 8, Amanda Sherman. Oh, look at all the drivers back on the lead lap all of a sudden.
And fuel only for the 3 of Sherman. His service is done. Now he's heading out.
Well, that's exactly what he needed to do, Rick. He needed to get quick service, fuel only, get back out on track and try and salvage something out of this race. Right now, being scored in the 2nd spot, just ahead of Jamie Walker. The 54 taking off Jamie Walker in a quagmire of cars. Matt Hackathorn in the 84, right behind him, holding on to the 3rd spot. Corey Sherman back out on track in 4th. So Grunberg with 11 laps back to go, excuse me, getting set to try and win another one here at the Blazing Pedals. Walker 6.78 seconds behind Grunberg, and in the time it took me to tell you that, it's now 6.6. Top 3 drivers, top 4 drivers make it. All have fresh tires. Corey Sherman, the odd man out, slips back to the 5th spot. Josh Sexton on the inside, taking one away from Corey Sherman. Here comes the 76 of Rick Thompson now. Thompson to the inside. Corey Sherman going to lose a spot to Rick Thompson. Being told in chat, Rick, that Tanner Marr, the 4 car who was running in 25th, just lost internet.
Oh no.
Back up to our race leader, Matt Gruenberg, with 8 laps to go. Does not have any pressure on him whatsoever. Jamie Walker 6.4 seconds behind. Aaron Bockover, the last car on the lead lap, trying to stay there. Can't do it. Moves up high. The 54 going to go right underneath.
Hackathorn in second place right now, Chris. Oh, here comes the 88 fighting back on the outside.
Matt Hackathorn has been racing a very good race here tonight, and it shows, as he is currently running in second spot. Terry Foster has a lot of ground to make up to try and win some taffy tonight. 5 laps to go. Terry sitting in the 9th spot has to try and get to 5th to win some taffy.
I just want to see him get around the 24 of Cody Moore and then race it out for Corey for the banner is what I'm really excited about, Chris.
That may happen. Remember, Terry stopped and got tires as well as fuel. Can Terry Foster catch him? 4 laps to go. Foster gets to the back door of the 24 and takes over the spot. Terry Foster back up into the 8th position.
A little less than 8 seconds is separating the banner for TNA Motorsports, folks. And if you want to catch a really good show on Facebook, make sure you look up at TNA Motorsports so you can watch their shop talk every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's a good time.
Three laps to go for Matt Gruenberg and his number 54. Gruenberg starting to get past a little bit by a couple of cars that have fresher tires, and the 16 is looking to do the same. Ian Habiak, the first car 1 lap down, trying to work on the 54. The 61 and the 66 in the way of our race leader. He is going to have to figure out the quickest way around him. With 2 laps to go, and Ian Habiak going to take it down on the inside. The 54 stays way to the outside, out of trouble. Ian Habiak puts himself back on the lead lap along with Jordan McAvoy. Well, McAvoy now going back down the lap as the 54 puts the power back down. Randy McAvoy also going down to our leader one more time. White flag in the air, 1.5 miles to go. Excuse me, we're on the front stretch. It's less than that. Way less than that. Matt Gruenberg, your race winner. Matt Hackathorn, Jamie Walker going to finish 2nd and 3rd. Rick Thompson in 4th. Joshua Sexton in 5th. Top 5 have been answered. Corey Sherman going to end up in 7th spot behind Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, and Terry Foster not going to win any taffy tonight. Finishes in 8th.
What a good run though by Terry. That car's still clean. Mike Hamlin in 9th, John Perkins in 10th.
What a great race here we had tonight. A lot of fun here at Kentucky. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to step away for just a moment. When we come back, it's going to be post-race interviews as Matt Gruenberg gets to burn the rear tires right off from the 54. We will be right back. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have our top three ready to go because we have got to talk to him. It was an exciting race. It was a lot of fun. And finishing in the third spot here tonight, Jamie, sorry to pull you out of that chat you were having, but a third place finish for the 88 here tonight. What could you have done different to try and make it maybe a little bit further up towards the front?
I was making my way up through there, got caught up in a little bit of a mess there coming down the backstretch, kind of destroyed my front end there, and yeah, ended up losing second. I was running down Matt, but I don't know if I had enough time to catch him.
All right. Yeah, we can see the damage pretty obvious there to the front side of the 88, but a good third place finish. It means a lot here. We're starting to get down to it, and you've really been turning it around now that you have your computer working again. Who do you got to thank on the 88 for the third place finish?
First of all, I got to thank you guys in the booth. I mean, you guys take your weekends off to sit here and watch us run around the tracks. You guys do an outstanding job. I can't thank you guys enough. Blazing Pedals for throwing this league together, TRJ Karting for sponsoring, and of course, Michael Falk Designs for putting this sponsor in my car.
And what a car it is, bud. Congratulations once again for the third place finish. Jamie, we'll put you back down so you can continue on to celebrate.
Thanks, guys. I'll see you next week.
Thank you. And Rick, I believe you caught up with our second place finisher here tonight.
I did. Matt Hackathorn, the driver of the number 84 NOS Energy tonight. You got Rick Chris up in the booth. You got a copy, brother?
Yes, I do. I hope you got me.
Oh, I got you loud and clear, man. What an outstanding race. Up 12 positions since the drop of the green flag to come home second. And of course, looking at last week's points after Indy, it looks like you're sitting in 16th. So you're right at that cutoff line, man. So this is going to help big time. How you feeling?
I'm feeling okay. Just wishing I had more laps. Jamie definitely had the better car, but he got caught up with the 73, I believe. So, I mean, not how I want to get a second, but for how bad my luck's been for most of the year, I'll take it. Got to thank Jeff and James for this nice fancy paint scheme. So I think that's what probably put me up here. Finally joined their leagues and finished second to Matt again, but it's in a same team car now, so I have no excuses.
Exactly. Well, let me tell you, the 84 it's very clean. There's not a mark on that thing other than some rubber that you picked up on the track, man. So definitely be proud of that. And like I said, up 12 positions since the drop of the green flag. So that is awesome. Who do you have to thank on that 84?
I have to thank everybody at AV, Matt Gruenberg, James, Jeff, Race Clark, Drew Eisenman, everybody that comes into our little fun little channel we got right around now. Jerry, everybody, Chris. Uh, yeah, you guys, of course, for doing a good job streaming. I appreciate seeing myself on the screen every week, even though it's usually not a good thing. It's nice to be on here for a good thing for once.
Well, there you go, brother. Hey, listen, congratulations. Next week we head to, I believe it is New Hampshire. How you feeling?
I like tracks where you have to use a lot of brakes, and I'm feeling pretty okay. I think I can do good there. I don't know. It all depends on how Matt is next week. Maybe I'll be a little bit closer next week and we can actually put on a show.
All right, brother. Well, hey, listen, take this momentum with you to New Hampshire, and we look forward to seeing what the 84 can do.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
And that's driver of the number 84 out of Team AV, Matt Hackathorn. And that's going to leave us with one more guy to talk to. And we have certainly talked to him a few times here. This makes win number 8 on the season. And it is Matt Gruenberg. Matt, Chris, and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, bud, I'm going to be the first to admit it. I was wrong. I questioned how early you came in the last time, and that was my mistake. But I did quickly say that you were usually right about these things, and tonight, man, oh man, were you right. Congratulations on that first place run. Tell me about it.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I learned my lesson at Chicagoland with taking tires on the first pit stop and kind of ruined our chances of winning that race. So I wanted to save the tires for the very last run and make them last as long as possible. So coming in there early, it was just kind of a little splash to get me to the final pit stop to make it to the end. And it worked out, and we were able to come home with the win.
Absolutely. You certainly did. And for, like I said, the 8th time this season. So big congratulations there. Who do you have on the 54 that you need to thank tonight, Matt?
Yeah. If you would ask me in practice if I would have thought that we were going to win tonight, I would have told you no. But we kept working at it, working on the line throughout the race and gaining speed, and we were able to get the win. We just want to thank all of the guys on the team, Team AV, James and Jeff for the paint, and the usual crew in the Discord. And Hackathorn, shout out to Hackathorn on P2 tonight. It was a great run for him and everyone else.
Well, it was a lot of fun to watch, bud. Congratulations. We'll let you go back with your teammates to celebrate this win.
Thank you.
Driver of the number 54, 8-time winner here at Blazing Pedals this season, Matt Gruenberg, getting it done right here at Kentucky. It was a great race to watch, a lot of fun to call. I hope you all enjoyed it. Tune in next week. Rick says we're going to New Hampshire. That's his favorite track, so he's going to talk a lot about New Hampshire next week. We'll see you then.
Winner.